Hi everyone, welcome to this week's episode of Track Shorts. My name's Pete and thank you for tuning in. Today is going to be talking about mental health and how athletics and track and field can help that. I'm going to talk about my experience of mental health, and first of all I'm just going to tell you a little bit about why I'm doing it today. Last week we had the annual Time to Talk Day, where people are encouraged to talk about their mental health, as in a conversation, because every day, you could be talking about your mental health. It does help. I was going to do a one-off kind of special last week, but I decided no, I'll kind of do it today, as I did every Monday for the last few weeks, and kind of tell you about my experience of mental health and how we should be talking about it every day, not just on one day of the year. Time to Talk Day does kind of improve the awareness of mental health and how we should talk about it with others. But as they do say, we should be talking about it all the time because it does help how we feel. So here's my story. Hopefully you find it useful, and it will start a bit of a conversation about mental health, and just shows you that everyone has an issue. Everyone can have an issue with mental health. I think they say about 1 in 4 people suffer from issues with their mental health each year, from year to year. So I'm sure everyone here has had days where they feel a bit down and a bit rubbish. This is my story. So first of all, I'm talking to you at lunchtime, just walking home to get the dog. It's something I try and do every day now. Trying to get as many steps in as I can. Set myself a little challenge at Christmas to walk at least 1,500 steps a day, and I'm on day 38 so far. So hopefully today, with this walk that we're doing now, we'll be able to get to 38 days in a row, walking 11,500 miles. Anyway, that's a bit of a off tack. So me and my mental health. Yep, I have suffered from issues with mental health. I still am. A few years back, had kind of a real bad episode of depression and anxiety and stress, mainly related to a job I was doing at the time, where everything just got too much. I continued working and continued to push on through, which in hindsight maybe wasn't a good idea, and maybe I should have taken a bit of time out and had a bit of a rest. But I'm the kind of person that just carries on, soldiers on. I did ask for help, both with my employer and also with my family. So I did let people know how I was feeling. I made it my task to try and make things better. So I tried to get, I went to counselling, and I was on medication. It was a tough time, and I'm not going to lie. It's still tough, because we all, I still feel anxious. I still feel stressed sometimes, overthinking. So it is quite important that we talk about this stuff. And hopefully what I'm going to do today, talking about what I've experienced and how I've kind of dealt with it, will help other people that are maybe watching this. So as I'm walking along, I'll probably see a few people, so I'm going to say hello. Hiya, morning.
Morning.
So I know it's afternoon, but I don't know, it always seems right to say morning. So when I was at my worst, my family will probably tell you that I was kind of completely different person to what I was before. I'm kind of where I am now. Just a few things that used to happen because of my mental health. Although it's obviously all to do with your brain and how you feel, you can still have lots of physical symptoms as well as obviously the mental ones. So kind of the worst ones I had was waking up early, feeling sick, sweaty, heart racing, literally heaving because I thought I was going to be sick, I was emotional, I was tearful. You know, it was a horrible time. You know, at the time Samuel was about 7, so you know, a couple of times I did break down crying in front of him, which is obviously difficult. You know, especially as a man, you know, you're supposed to be the tough guy and being the good man and showing, you know, not showing the feelings, but it got to a stage where I just couldn't cope, and the only way I could do that was kind of just let it out, and that's what I did. So how did I overcome it? I definitely, you know, I did seek help, went to the doctors, got put on some counselling, did some CBT, went on to some medication which helped just kind of lower my stress levels. I was always open with my, you know, with my wife and sometimes with Samuel just to say how I was feeling, but it was tough. Now, how does athletics and sport kind of fit into what I say is my mental health? Well, you know, even before, you know, I was really struggling with my mental health. Athletics and sport was always there as a kind of as something to look forward to. So, you know, even when I was at school, you know, you kind of had a bad day and, you know, feeling a bit rubbish. You'd say, I'd be like, okay, that's cool. I've got athletics tonight on a Tuesday or a Thursday, or I've got a big competition at the weekend. You know, I'd look forward to them sessions. So, you know, athletics is definitely something that you can look forward to, and even if it's going for a run, I still go for a run quite a bit, you know, with friends and stuff. So that's always good, and always look forward to them. And so I think athletics gives you a little bit of something to look forward to, and also gives you that break from kind of life. So if you're going to work for 8 hours a day and then you finish and you go for a run, or you start off the day with a run, it breaks it up and it puts everything into perspective, gives you a bit of you time, a bit of me time. So yeah, athletics is kind of there. It's a constant, you know. Even sometimes I get home from work or get home from whatever I've been doing, and I've got to go back out and do a bit of coaching with my athletes, and you know, I feel a bit like, oh, you know, I'm tired, or I wish I could stay at home. But once I get out the door, get in the car and I get to the track, you know, and I've had a good session with the athletes, I always feel better about myself and how I feel, which is good. So athletics does play a massive role in my life and making sure that I feel healthy and well, both mentally and physically. So what I'm saying is athletics and sport, or even any kind of health and well-being, is so important to making sure, you know, you feel right mentally. You know, we all go to the doctors if we've got, you know, some kind of ailment, or you know, we've got a cold or a cough or broken something. You go to the doctors and you get it fixed up. But a lot of us won't go to the doctors if we're feeling, you know, overwhelmed or anxious or stressed, or you know, all them things that we've kind of talked about mentally. You know, you should be going to the doctors and you should be speaking to people and trying to look at how you can make things better for yourself and for the people that you're with. I'm probably waffling quite a bit, but I'm just, as I said before, I'm doing this without any kind of editing, so it's quite difficult to kind of convey what I'm thinking, but hopefully it's coming across all right. I'm still doing my nice little walk. Beautiful day today, sun's out, sky's looking nice. I'm very lucky that I've lived kind of in the countryside, and I can get to the countryside within a couple of minutes walk. You know, at the moment all I can see is kind of fields, you know, either side. There's some sheep and stuff over there, so it's nice. You know, that's another good thing about, you know, how you can kind of manage your mental health and your anxiety and stress. You know, just get out and have a walk. You know, even if it's only for 10 minutes, get out, have a walk, leave your phone at home if you feel safe enough to, or pop it on silent, pop it on aeroplane mode, and just have a walk. You know, listen to the birds, look at the sky, look for the sheep. You know, have a sit on a bench, read a book, listen to a podcast, because it does make a big difference to how you're feeling. And just looking up at the sky now, you know, it's a beautiful sunny day, so it does make you feel a bit better about yourself. So all I'm saying really is just make sure you talk to people about how you're feeling. You know, if you're feeling rubbish, or you're feeling down, or you're feeling anxious or stressed, just, you know, talk to someone. You know, even if it's by text, or, you know, messenger, or, you know, a voice note, whatever you do, just drop someone a little message. You know, it's good to connect with people and to connect with kind of the outside world, because, you know, I've spoken to loads of people about, you know, my anxiety and my stress and all that kind of stuff, and it's amazing what kind of that conversation kind of brings up, because, you know, speaking to friends of mine, talking about how I'm feeling and, you know, what I've gone through, and then you find out they've gone through similar things, and they're also struggling. So we're definitely not alone. You know, everyone has had some kind of impact, had some kind of issue. So yeah, please, you know, don't be afraid to have a conversation with someone, even though it's kind of nerve-wracking, I know, and I'm having a conversation with you guys. So yeah, that's kind of it really. Hopefully it's helped, and hopefully you can understand where I'm coming from. All I'd like to say now is thank you all for listening, and for watching. Please, you know, hit the like button, subscribe to my channel, but more importantly, if you've got any worries or concerns, drop us a message, drop us a comment, and let's hope that we can all work together to make everyone feel a bit better. Anyway, I hope you've enjoyed today's show. A little bit different. I only saw one person on the walk, and yeah, okay, see you next week for another episode. Take care, everyone.